There's breaking news out of Toyota's camp that's got Supra fans on edge. Some relieved, others not so much. The iconic Toyota GR Supra, with its 382 horsepower turbocharged inline-six and striking design, is officially being put to rest, at least for now. But don't panic just yet, because what Toyota just confirmed might not be the end of the Supra story. It might be the beginning of something bigger. Let's rewind for a second. The Supra nameplate is legendary. Born in the late 70s, made iconic by the 90s, and reborn in 2019 after a 17-year hiatus, this rear-wheel drive coupe has always stood for one thing: performance. But in a world increasingly dominated by electric SUVs and downsized engines, sports cars are having a tough time hanging on. And now, Toyota's own performance icon is next in line. Yes, the 2026 model year will be the final ride for the current fifth-generation Supra. It's been a short but impressive run, 6 years to be exact. A car that reignited passion for Toyota's performance DNA, even if some hardcore purists weren't too thrilled about the BMW partnership. But regardless of the shared DNA, the Supra proved it could stand on its own. Sharp handling, bold styling, and a driving experience that put a smile on your face every single time. So, why is Toyota pulling the plug now? Well, the official word comes from Cooper Ericksen, Toyota North America's Senior VP of Product Planning and Strategy. In an interview with Motor Trend, Ericksen confirmed that the Supra is indeed on its way out. But here's the twist: it might not stay gone for long. According to Ericksen, it would be logical that we would have a next-gen Supra. His exact words. But there's always a but. He immediately followed up with a giant question mark. The when and how, still to be determined. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Ericksen hinted that Toyota wants to avoid another massive gap like the one between the fourth-gen Supra and the current model. If you remember, that break lasted a staggering 17 years. In the world of sports cars, that's basically an eternity. Technology moves on, regulations evolve, and fans, they lose hope. But Toyota seems aware of that, and they're trying to keep the dream alive. So what's the catch? Well, it seems the Supra is another victim of the brutal realities facing automakers right now. Between tightening emissions regulations, the costly shift toward electrification, and the pressure to focus on high-volume sellers like SUVs and hybrids, niche performance cars are simply becoming too expensive to justify. Ericksen was brutally honest about that. He admitted that keeping the Supra alive is just not cost-effective with all the new regulations and investment we have to make. Ouch. That's corporate speak for, it doesn't make enough money to survive. And the sales numbers tell part of the story. Last year, Toyota sold just over 2,600 Supras in the U.S. Compare that to something like the RAV4, which moves hundreds of thousands of units every year, and it's easy to see where Toyota's priorities lie. But let's not write the Supra's eulogy just yet, because while Toyota has confirmed the end of this chapter, they've also left the door wide open for what comes next. And let's just say, there's some juicy stuff they're not telling us yet. Here's what we know. Toyota wants the next Supra to come much sooner than before. Maybe not next year, or even the year after. But we're not looking at another 2-decade drought. That's a win, especially when you consider how passionate Supra fans are and how much momentum Toyota has been building with its Gazoo Racing sub-brand. And here's the other clue. Toyota has been experimenting. We've seen hydrogen combustion engines in prototypes. We've seen fully electric sports car concepts. We've even seen hints that Toyota's future might involve synthetic fuels or hybrid sports cars designed to blend performance with sustainability. So ask yourself this. What if the next Supra is electric? Or what if it's a hybrid like the upcoming MR2 reboot rumors suggest? Could we be looking at a lightweight, all-wheel drive Supra EV with instant torque and a motorsport-inspired chassis? It sounds crazy, until you realize that Toyota is one of the few automakers actively developing next-generation EV tech with performance in mind. They're not just building commuter EVs, they're building machines designed to be driven. And here's where things get even more exciting. Partnerships. Remember how the current Supra was co-developed with BMW? As much as some fans dislike that idea, it resulted in a car that punched way above its price point. Could Toyota do something similar again? Maybe with another automaker, possibly even Subaru, Mazda, or even Yamaha, who has worked with Toyota on engine development before. Whatever direction Toyota takes, one thing is clear. The Supra name means too much to too many people to just disappear, and Toyota knows this. The smart money says Toyota is already deep into development on the 6th generation. Supra, they're just not ready to show their cards yet. But make no mistake, this isn't the end. It's a pit stop. A brief pause before the next big leap. And when the next Supra does return, don't be surprised if it looks radically different. We're entering a new era of performance, one where 0 to 60 times are measured in milliseconds and engine noise might be optional, but if any brand can bridge the gap between past and future, it's Toyota. Let's not forget, this is the company that gave us the 2000 GT, the AE86, and the 4th-gen Supra that became a legend in its own right. They understand what makes a sports car special, not just numbers on a spec sheet, but emotion, engagement, and experience. So here's what it all comes down to. The current Supra may be driving off into the sunset, but it's not riding off into oblivion. Toyota is playing the long game, and they're betting that the Supra can evolve without losing its soul. The next version might not have a straight 6 engine. It might not have a manual transmission, and it might not sound like a fire-breathing dragon, but if Toyota gets it right, it'll still be a Supra in all the ways that count. So buckle up, Supra fans. The road ahead is uncertain, but also full of promise. Let us know in the comments, what would you want the next-gen Supra to look like? Electric? Hybrid? Manual? Automatic? Or something totally new? And if you're a true car enthusiast, hit that like button and subscribe to Shift Path for the latest updates on Toyota, Supra, and everything in the fast lane. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, drive safe, stay curious, and never stop chasing horsepower.